Hey, and welcome to the Heat Signature Daily Challenge for the 11th of August. We've got a nice, quick steel set today. I mean, any day where you start with a slipstream and you're just going for pure speed is kind of going to be a quick day. I was a little worried here that I was just a little too close to the ship to begin with, but it turns out that was okay. So let's just see how quickly I can get that dock off. Okay, so 5 seconds is not terrible. We just need to run through. We got that self-charging key clone, which means we can just ignore the first pod entirely, which is helpful. Was I able to grab from? Yeah, I can almost certainly grab from this person. There we go. And that way I don't even need to bother with keys from there. That does mean, you know what, I'm going to take that little bit of time to get at least one extra piece. Probably two, because that's generally how you roll. Acid Trap is as useless as possible, because basically off-world I don't think ever have armor. I'm slowly memorizing those kinds of details. And so here I'm like, okay, I could just stab this person, but because we've got a disposable slipstream, we don't really want to do that. We don't mind stabbing the one person to try and get an extra melee weapon, but, or, you know, multiple people even. But yeah, it's not that key. And I am kind of curious as to why I'm spending this time. Probably because I need to run back through, actually. That would make sense, since I've gone for getting all 3 items. And yeah, the short blade is not ideal. Open this. Automatic shotty. That could be quite useful, especially for this next part. So here, yeah, okay, that was a real risk that we were playing with. So here, I'm like, if I shoot this out, I can make pickup even easier than normal. So yep, we just grabbed that prototype, and we're just gonna sit here, and I just need to move the ship a little bit, and I can start turning around, and then you shoot out and get picked up. Now, next step is, did I remember to grab things at the other end? So this was the return trip day. We really just didn't from our Norway trip. So we had 2 long train trips. It was quite, like, not nearly as spectacular as the Bergen to Oslo ones, but still not bad. We did have, yeah, 13 seconds here, so -5. Without a glitch tick, it's basically almost never going to be that we'll get a less than 10-second one. So it's really about just trying to strip as much time as possible. And so that's also why you can see me grabbing those items there. So key cloner to see if we can skip getting the keys for the first 2 sections ideally. And then we use the slipstream, obviously, as soon as we dock with the ship. This is one of the harder possible docks you can get, and I do not do very well at it. We do have teleporting guards, which makes grabbing the key kind of easier. And also we've got this Sec 2 guard right here, so we can just grab that key and get right to where we need to go. Our biggest threat is you, and I think I just ignore it. Yeah. Do I shoot that out as I run past? That's really the only question for me. I think I do, yeah, okay. So that gives me an easy out and also an easy way of grabbing that key card. So that's real handy. I forgot, since this is loud. Yeah, so what I'm trying to avoid here is a situation where they turn around and then just straight up stab me, because that would be real bad for me. Not stab, but, you know, wrench me, because by the time the second teleport goes off, often they're just ready to wrench. Okay, so we grab that. We hit the yeah, okay. So you can see there that I actually had an unusually tough time here, because we actually managed to hit the door when we picked up the item. So that's costing me time that it otherwise shouldn't have. But yeah, alright. And then I get shot as well. Yep. That was really unfortunate. But on the other hand, I did conveniently make this exit which makes it less painful than it could have been. It still puts me at like a 20-second time unless I'm really lucky here, which I'm just going to assume I wasn't. I mean, honestly, with these, don't actually remember all the details of any given day. So, I mean, what I remember, 21 seconds. Oof. What I remember really clearly about this day is that we had the train breakdown, and I had to transfer to another train, like, mid-track, which I've never done before. I've got photos from a very unusual perspective, like on the train tracks. I've not really done that before. Anyway, so now we need to go on to the third ship, but we've definitely lost first place. That was a very easy thing to not mess up. And in fact, if we'd gotten a 5-second dock rather than a 7-second dock, we still would have only lost 5 points. So that's real unfortunate there. Do I go for the item here, trying to get something useful? I don't. Yeah, okay, so here we're just hitting, and then what was the reasoning behind this? The reinforcements aren't relevant because, you know, we're super fast. So, right, come on. Yeah, move and move. You gotta do this before the slipstream runs out, right? We should be able, if we're careful, to steal your key and then not run into the door. Yeah, and that means we just shoot here as we run through. So like, this is a really nice, efficient ship 3. But hitting that door on ship 2 was quite bad for us. Opening this up. So we're not frail. So yeah, we're really fine. What I was hoping at some point would be to find a telly, but we didn't. Alright, so now we can start this. We just need to start heading this way. We pop out. We just activate that and grab ourselves. And since we're going backwards anyway, we might as well go directly backwards, which will minimize the amount of travel time we have. Well, not travel time, but ticking time on the ship. And that's it. Like, all that's left is the scores, which, like I said, I'm not hopefully going very well because of that second ship. And you can see I was out by 5 seconds with KZ. Possibly 7. Resolution here is not great. Anyway, that was it for the Norway trip. The next lot of these is going to be from the trip to Australia.